Angry guy here, and modern women hate most men. Guys, if you're enjoying the content, please help get the channel to 100,000 subscribers on our journey to 2 million by subscribing to the channel if you already have it, liking the video, and turning on notifications to never miss another video ever again. Now let's begin. Modern women hate most men. Today we're going to be checking out a video by the Chow Time podcast. Let's go ahead and just jump right into the video.
Conservative men are literally like, my politics are like stopping me from getting laid because when women find out that I just don't think they should have like rights and I just perceive them as like walking baby machines or sex objects, then they don't like me anymore and they don't want to have sex with me. So like, can we just talk about something else? No, we're gonna talk about this and you're gonna have to explain yourself. Conservative.
Welcome back to Chow Time Pod. It's your host, Ray. I got a video today from Tiki Taki. It doesn't matter if you're liberal or conservative. Women always have an issue with us. Please subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. Let's get that chow. It's chow time.
By now, everyone has seen or heard of the fact that conservative men are struggling in dating in this political climate. Here's a fucking thought. Change your mind. Be open to changing your mind. It's not that deep. I know mommy and daddy will be very upset if you so much as open your mind even slightly, but it's okay.
Just because you're conservative doesn't mean you don't change your mind. Conservatism, I consider myself somewhat a conservative. I have a lot of liberal things too, but I don't like the government touching my stuff. I don't like the government telling me what to do, and I don't like a big government. That's a major reason why I'm a little bit more on the conservative side. So, like, it's weird that these women put men in these, like, categories of political parties wise, but just because you believe in a political party or you believe in some of the aspects of that party doesn't make it so I think women are just baby-making machines and I need to be my slave. Where did liberal women or whatever women start seeing that's how men thought just because they're conservative? Just because, Republicans vote to repeal certain things doesn't make it so they're against women.
It's okay. So here's a couple of takes on this. Number one, there's a lot of girls stitching saying if that they see that a man is conservative on a dating app, it's a double right. And I have a one up on that. If I see if a man is a double C, I call it a double hit, a Christian conservative, fuck no. Because that doesn't happen overnight. That goes to show me that you come from a long line of Christian nationalists who are on board with Project 2025.
For one, shut the fuck up. No, that's not how it is. I literally have one of my best friends when he was younger. My God, the man drank, smoked, and did drugs like no other man I knew. Now, he is a Christian conservative. And in his later years, he met a pastor, changed his life. Now he's a full Christian conservative, which I would assume most people are these women are referring to them. Like he goes to church every day. He goes to church like 2-3 times a week now, and he's very conservative. He very leans towards the Republican Party, and he was not born this way. He actually hated it when growing up, and then when he finally found God, it changed him. So no, it's not from just years and generations of whatever you think it is. And Project 25, really?
That's immediately what I jump to. That tells me it's not just you, it's me. Because we would not get along. I would open my mouth and you'd be leaving the dining room table. It's all right. It's all right. We'll just move along. Number two,
One thing is, this has been passed down for generations. You don't talk about politics. You don't talk about politics on the dining room table. You don't talk about politics. It doesn't matter who you vote for and who you think is what. It only matters is what you guys are willing to do together. So even if I was a conservative and you were a liberal, if most of our values aligned, why does it matter? It really doesn't.
men don't even know what they believe. They don't even know what they believe. I saw a quote the other day, can't even remember where I heard it.
How are you saying they don't know what they believe? If you're talking about Christian conservative, they believe in God. They believe in quite standard things that we know of what Christians believe in.
But it was someone saying that there's a difference between what you are taught and what you believe. And I find that through and through with these conservative men. These conservative men oftentimes have no idea what they even believe in, because I no longer argue with people on either far side of the aisle because they're just too far gone. So what I do is ask why? Why? What policies, what procedures, what evidence?
You know, if we actually asked you why you believe in the things you did, all you were going to say is because women are oppressed. And, you know, women have never gotten rights, so this is why I feel this way. So you don't even have a logical reasoning of why you're saying these things, and considering that you were never oppressed. You were never one that didn't get to vote. You were never one that didn't get to have a bank account. The way you have lived has been the most free it's ever been, but you still use that argument of, I was oppressed when I was younger. I never, I never had the right to vote. We only had the right to votes only the last 100 years. How old are you? You're probably in your 20s. So you've never even experienced what some of those hardships were.
And suggest that that was a good move. Have you found that that's a good reason to do that? And they can never answer me. They can never answer me. Or the answer is solely lied and hating on the other side. So when you ask a conservative man about a policy and he talks about, well, fucking Joe Biden, fuck Joe Biden, I'm like, okay, yep.
That's the same thing on the other side. It's fuck Trump. You like Trump? I'm never gonna see you. I'm never gonna talk to you. Oh, you like Trump? Oh, he's a fucking womanizer.
So, guys, you know what's very intriguing about all of this? The truth of the matter is that at the end of the day, ultimately, modern women do not like most men. I've said this before, that modern women, they don't like us. If you listen to the way they speak about us, they complain that they don't want to date liberal men, but at the same time, they want liberal men with conservative values. It's absolutely insane. And this is a result of social media, because women are constantly living in the world of social media. They go out into public, and men simply exist in public. Men do not approach them. Men do not speak to them. Men typically do not even glance in their direction. But because they have a bunch of Sims constantly hitting them up on Instagram, and many of them have these OnlyFools and Lonely fan pages, they think that they are celebrities. You have modern women who are saying that if a man is not treating you like a celebrity, like his favorite female celebrity, then he is not the one for you. Here's the interesting thing, and someone said this in my comments: if you treat her like a celebrity, then she's going to treat you like a fan. Okay, now think about that very, very carefully. You will never be able to develop a real relationship with her. And at the same time, most women have a bunch of guys literally on the side waiting just to take your place. There's always another guy waiting to take your spot. She always has someone else lined up waiting to take your spot. This is just the way it works with women in general. And it's unfortunate. It's a very sad thing, but a lot of men don't understand this concept. Like, you're nothing special to a woman. You will never be anything special to her. She will never love you. I've made videos. I made a video about this years ago. She will never love you. She will love things that you can do for her. She can love things about you. She can love some of the things that you can provide for her. But she will never love you as a person, because she cannot love you. The only thing that a woman can ever love, or will ever love unconditionally, are maybe children and pets, and that's it. And it's an unfortunate realization that a lot of men don't consider. They refuse to accept it until they finally go through it themselves, and then they're able to take that realization. And then some guys never learn their lessons. There are guys who end up getting married twice before they finally get it, and then there are some who go for the third time, and then maybe after the third time they've lost everything on that final third time, then they get it. And then there's some that'll just never change because they cannot change. It's just literally reinforced in them. I will say this: it's something that was done to men by men and women, by men and by simps and women, where men were denied knowledge, important knowledge of how women really operate, how women really think. It's unfortunate. We're conditioned to believe that women are these special, perfect, dainty creatures, when women can be extremely manipulative. Manipulation is a is a tool that is used by women to control men, to to play with our emotions, to play with our minds, to extract our wealth and resources. And this is something that is done naturally by them. I mean, a woman starts learning how to manipulate the day she is born based on how she cries and then gets attention. It is something that is instinctual for a woman. Men learn very quickly that no one's coming to save them, no one's going to rescue them. If anyone's going to help them, it's going to be him. That's how it is for men. But as a result of that, we have to continuously work and create value for ourselves and for others if we are going to survive in this world. Women, on the other hand, they are born millionaires, but the saying is true. Women come into the world rich and they leave the world poor, men come into the world poor and they leave the world rich. Both men and women do have value when they are born, but it is society likes to act like, oh, women have this intrinsic value that men do not, just based on their reproductive value. This is incorrect, and this is something that has happened more so in over the last 100 years. Because if you go back 100, 200 years ago, this was not the reality. The reality was that you wanted a son. The reality is you wanted someone who would carry on the name. Reality was that society was built for men and built around men. It's only in modern day society where the perception has changed and women are basically seen as the superior. But let me explain this. I've said this once and I'll say it again. Nothing lasts forever. And we're seeing massive cultural shift occurring as men are walking away from Western society. And don't think that they're going to let us go easy. They're going to holler, they're going to scream, they're going to berate us, they're going to shame us as we are walking away from a society that does not want us, does not like us, and is only using us to extract wealth and resources from us and then discard us once it's done. Men are waking up to this reality, and waking up to the reality is what's really bringing about true change. Because we're seeing a almost like an awakening among men where we're beginning to compare notes. You know, I mean, that's what the manosphere has allowed men to do. It's allowed men to begin comparing notes, where you have men from different cultures, from different ethnic groups, from different countries that are basically saying, hey, wait a minute, bro, this is happening to me. Wait, are you serious? Yep, this is also happening to me. This is happening in my house. We're all comparing notes, and we're saying that, we're all going through this, and we're all like shocked because we're saying, well, listen, man, this is not supposed to be happening to you, because, no, bro, this is happening over here too. And we're all in literal and utter shock, because even like the way that we'll perceive some groups of women, like, for example, we'll perceive Japanese women as being, being better than, let's say, Western women, but that doesn't mean that they're better. They just do things in a different way. They operate in a different way. Sometimes they try to act like foreign women are better than Western women. No, foreign women are sneakier and smarter. For example, they don't put all of their business out there. Foreign women have body counts. They'll have a lot of these foreign women that may have been with like 16 guys, 20 guys, okay? But they don't present, but they are smart enough not to dress like promiscuously, not to present themselves promiscuously, not to put all of their business out there, and not to go around saying that they'll only date a guy who's making $1 million a year. Basically, they keep their options open. Sure, if they want a millionaire, they're not going to say they want a millionaire, because they know that if they say they want a millionaires are going to start avoiding them, because a millionaire is going to say, okay, so then she only wants me for my money. The kinds of men that are only going to that are going to be with a woman who says that she wants a millionaire are going to be men that are looking for a sugar baby, basically for women that they're going to exchange resources with for physical intimacy. And these guys, they basically want it when they want it. It's not a relationship. It's an exchange of money for pleasure, and that's really all it is. And then some of these women are surprised when the relationship comes to an end. It's like, bro, you're the one who engaged in this relationship. You're the one, you got played. You thought you were playing these men. You ended up getting played, and you got to live a life that you did not earn. You were being flown around first class. You were being allowed to buy Gucci, Prada, Louis Vuitton purses on credit cards, things that you did not work for, things you did not earn, flying around on private jets. I mean, you were living this, hanging around with NBA players and, people, some of the top athletes in the world, millionaires, in some cases, billionaires. And then you start thinking that you deserve to be around billionaires. You start putting things like trillionaire gang in your bio. and then you find out life is hard. So you're like, okay, well, I can't get a billionaire, so I'll settle for a millionaire. Get out of here. Guys, if you're enjoying this content, help get the channel to 100,000 subscribers and our journey to 2 million by subscribing to the channel if you already haven't, liking the video, and turning on notifications to never miss another video ever again. Modern women hate most men. What do you think regarding this? I want to know your thoughts, so let's talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA Men walking away. And cheers.